Knock once if you're proud of me.
What if I told you that the greatest punchline in television begins with a funeral? This episode is, by any conventional measurement, just a man talking. One room, one voice, no cuts to the outside world, no B-plot, no relief. It is unbothered by the standard flow of episodic writing with structured acts of setup, conflict, and resolution. Bojack Horseman as a show rarely gives in to your typical animated comedy format within a short time frame. The comedy feels almost secondary to the larger story that's being told, while still being a central part of the show's identity, both in its own right and in trying to preserve the innocence of the fictional sitcom within the show's narrative. And in the Season 5 Episode 6, Free Churro, that structure is brought to its extreme by a 20-minute long eulogy. After 20 minutes of loose and uncomfortable quips about how this person close to Bojack looked after they died and all the bad memories they had to share together, the totality of the episode is just one long joke being set up, built on all of the past seasons of how their relationship had been shaped in the past and reshaped in the present, and by the end, it delivers my favorite punchline of all time. In Season 4 Episode 11, Time's Arrow, Bojack's mother, Beatrice Horseman, opens by saying that Time's arrow neither stands still nor reverses after all, it only marches forward.
Isn't that right, Henrietta?
Yes, Mrs. Horseman, that's right.
Contradictory, we are immediately smashed into a dreamscape reality of past memories relived, backgrounds fade into empty white space as she's transformed back into her child's self. We catch glimpses of Beatrice's early upbringing at the same time we see her fall in love in her early 20s and regress in her later life. The timelines seemingly coalesce as if her current day mind is struggling to keep a hold of her fading self, like a raccoon chasing cotton candy in water. Oh, look at him. We also see a woman whose face is blurted out, a character we've never seen before and who acts the role of a maid in those early years of Beatrice's life when she settled down with her husband and Bojack's father, Butterscotch Horseman. Towards the end of Season 3, Hollyhock is first introduced as Bojack's long-lost daughter. A daughter he didn't know he had. A daughter who can immediately be recognized by the similar diamond shape on her head as Bojack and Beatrice, and who tries to come into contact with Bojack to find her real mom. In their collaborative search for who her mom is, she stays at Bojack's house together with Beatrice, who's tasked to take care of her. Youngest Beatrice struggles to hold on to her toy, which she just refers to as her baby. A toy that is ultimately burned at the hands of her vile father because it's infected by her unnamed sickness.
You don't want to end up like your mother now, do you?
Back in her 20s, Bojack's father has had an affair with their maid and gotten her pregnant.
It's Henrietta. The girl went and got herself pregnant.
Oh, she got herself pregnant.
Rather than dealing with it with outrage, Beatrice just convinces her to give up the baby for adoption.
And you'll give the baby up for adoption.
No.
You think you want this, but you don't. Not like this.
Mrs. Horseman.
Don't.
And if it wasn't already obvious, this is Hollyhock.
Wait, I want to hold her.
No, you'll get attached.
Wait,
It all must be destroyed for your own good.
I need to hold her.
This is for your own good.
But not my baby.
She's not Bojack's daughter, but half-sister. Separated from each other by a past controlling mother and now drugged by a currently scattered reflection of how Beatrice once was treated herself. Characters fragment, backgrounds glitch and faces go obscured. Time's Arrow is a fractured look into the increasingly demented mind of a broken woman, mentally abused child, and grieving wife. Beatrice has been such a prominent... I don't want to call her a villain, but I would go as far as to call her the show's leading antagonist, despite her relatively early demise. These are just some of the things she's done wrong throughout the show. I won't be analyzing her entire character, but I also don't feel the need to. This video is about the death of Beatrice, not the life of her. But they are important subjects to bring up when talking about a rotted personality. This episode doesn't forgive her actions, but it does contextualize them in a way we haven't seen before. It is through this disorientation of her memories we see the trauma that shaped her being. The tenderness within her getting extinguished, treated as nothing but a liability to the family corporation. All the fragments of her personality we've come to hate, pieced together to recontextualize an entire individual, This show doesn't deal in black and white, good and evil. It always shows the nuances of what makes a person. By the end of the episode, when her mind has dissolved into nothing but white noise, Bojack is left feeling empathy for her. Possibly the first time we've seen him and Beatrice share a moment of tenderness together. Despite the hate and anguish and past promises to tell her off once this day comes, he chooses compassion. In the face of the harsh truth that is the passing of his only living relative apart from Hollyhock, whom he just met, amidst a tumultuous sea of emotions and betrayals and pressure from friends and loved ones and studios being indifferent to his mental state of being, once this reality sinks in, it festers like mold spanning across his entire cognitive being and forms the single most genuine goodbye he could muster.
The crickets are chirping, and the lake is still, and the night is full of stars.
I can see it. It's so clear.
And that's the last we see of
Okay, this is a funeral, sir, for my mother. Could you show a little respect? No, I'll take it. Beatrice Horseman. Who was she? What was her deal?
It begins with a funeral. The death of Beatrice Horseman.
And one time she smoked an entire cigarette in one long inhale. I watched her do it.
All the resentment and anger he's held for her spills out in the form of a stand-up routine.
So now her face is forever frozen in a mask of tremendous horror and anguish. Or as my mom called it, Tuesday. Tuesday. My mom called it Tuesday.
Whether this is his way of coping with her death or a final act of defiance because he knows this is what she would hate is unclear. But the pit of rot these words come from is undeniable.
She wanted an open casket, but, she's dead now, so who cares what she wanted?
We get such an intimate and important look into her past life, what shaped her and made her into the woman she is today. So much time was spent on building her character back up, and then she just dies. And we don't even get to see it. Just the pitiful eulogy held by her indifferent son.
What's the difference between a first-year lit major and my mother, Beatrice Horseman? One is decently red, and the other is a huge bitch. I'm sorry, Mother, you're not a huge bitch. You were a huge bitch, and now you're dead.
A son who could only ever see her as a snake, a viper, an untrustworthy, deceitful, spiteful, evil snake.
I'm your son. All I had was you.
And by the end of this eulogy, he delivers my favorite punchline of all time. I think about it a lot.
Unless she just wanted what we all want. To be seen. Is this funeral parlor B?
Feeling so distant from his mother, he doesn't even know who would show up to her funeral. One final spiteful act to not even hold the eulogy at her funeral, but rather crash someone else's. The funeral of a snake. The swan song of a treacherous relationship, the finale of a life. Portraying Bojack as the absolute asshole he is and always has been. It is a brilliant piece of character writing for such a pathetic character. And it's unfortunately really funny. So, how did we get here? Well, you see, back in the 90s, Bojack was in a very famous TV show.